Are going to go ahead and get started. Today, Tracy Brewer from Alt Care, who is a media specialist, is going to be making a fall craft. I believe this is your special scarecrow craft. Is
Yes,
that
it
correct?
is.
All right. Well, welcome, Tracy. Thank you for hanging out with us today and showing us your crafty scarecrow. Um, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I have a little wreath craft to show everyone today, and I'm going to show it here. It's a little hat with raffia hair, and then I can show some close-ups on another screen too. So just to let you know, there's two screens that you can see. All of the supplies for this craft, I just purchased at the Dollar Tree. So everything totaled, under $10. The only things that I didn't need to purchase were the markers that I'm going to use to draw on the face, my scissors, and a hot glue gun. So you're going to need those three items that was not listed on the list. If you have received that list, some of the other things that you're going to want to get would be a hat. So this is just a little straw hat that they sell. It has a little organza bow. It may not be in the craft section. This was actually in the clothing section on the bottom shelf, but the bows are different colors and they're just tacked on with glue, and you're going to remove that for our craft. So it's very easy, very lightweight. You're also going to want to pick out some words. They sell these in packets of 4 or 5. And these little words have been cut out for you, and give thanks. There's ones that say, hello, autumn. These are cute. Farm fresh. You can choose whatever you would like. Blessed. This one is welcome fall. So I think I may use the welcome fall on my wreath today. You're going to want to pick out ribbon. So you get a whole bolt for $1.25. Even though it's the Dollar Tree, it's $1.25 now. There's other prints, and you get quite a few feet on a bolt. So you'll just need one bolt. You're going to want to pick some fall flowers, fall leaves. There's all kinds that you can choose from. And this is really where your prices vary, because you can choose to pick 1 or 2, or you could choose 5 or 6. So it's just up to you, the colors and the style that you want. And then the last thing you're going to want to get, if you can find it there, is a bundle of raffia. If you can't find the raffia, go to the toy section, and they sell little grass skirts. It also could be in the home or the party section for like luau's. You can get that, and you can cut that for hair. That'll work too. So those really are the things that you need for your scarecrow wreath. And this is what it looks like when we're done. So I'm going to just hang this on my chair here. And the first thing we're going to do is draw the face. So I want to make sure, can everyone see me okay? And please speak up if you have any questions. You can take yourself off mute. If I'm going too fast, if you have a specific question, please ask me. I'm happy to answer anything. The first thing I'm going to show you are some variations of little scarecrow faces. So on this screen, I'm going to show you here. You can choose however you would like to draw a scarecrow. These are just some suggestions. You can do whatever you want. You can use paint if you would like, or you can use markers like I'm going to use. I'm going to put one of my bolts under the hat, showing this right here so you can see. And I'm going to draw the face on the scarecrow. So I'm going to choose to do one with maybe little eyebrows. So first draw little eyes on, or her little eyes. Maybe put some eyelashes on. And then whichever style you like, this one I'm going to give little eyebrows. And then a little nose and a mouth. You can color in little cheeks if you would like. I did one of them with a candy corn nose. So I think we're going to do that here. These are just little artist markers. They're like acrylic paint markers. So they're pretty vibrant. Outline this nose. And then draw on the mouth. So I'm doing this in my close-up screens. If you need to switch the screen to see that, feel free to do that. And then this one, I'm going to give some little pink cheeks. So choose a pink marker, and I'm going to add those right above the mouth on either side. So this would make a really cute gift. This is such a quick and easy craft and inexpensive. But here is the little face that I drew right there on the top of the hat. The next part that you're going to want to do is the hair. So what we're going to do is cut long strips, and we're going to fold it, and it's going to go right here, and I'm going to glue it right there before I push this down and glue it down. I'm going to open my raffia. Depending on how much hair that you want and the size of the packages you find, you may need two. If you can't find raffia or a grass skirt in the toy section, you can also use yarn. Yarn would work just fine. They also sell mop heads at the Dollar Tree, which would make a really cute hair. So you could use that. So you can have bundles of hair like this, and you're going to just glue this bundle in the top section right in the center of the hat. Be really careful. Hot glue is very hot. So I'm going to put this bundle here. Glue that down. And don't worry if you can't get any glue on the top of your raffia. When you fold the hat down, that's when you'll secure the rest. A little bit more. And you can find different colors of raffia too. Sometimes you can find gold. So if you want it to look more like wheat, that will work. They also sell green and burgundy. And that would work too. And they also sell a dark brown. So this raffia here. I'm gonna fold that over and hold that for a second. Let this cool. Try not to burn yourself because the straw hat has the little holes in it. When you push down, if you have glue on top, it will come through and you could burn your hand. You may want to use your scissors to hold that down. So I've got the glue on the bottom side of my raffia. And now I'm going to glue the top down so I can secure it. So I'm going to put more hot glue on the top of the raffia. And then on the top of the hat, I'm going to fold this down. And I am going to use my scissors for this because this is where it's really hot. And I'm going to hold that on. And then the bolt of ribbon, I'm going to put that back underneath of here so I have something to push against that hat. So if you can see in this close up, I'm holding those scissors against the hat fold so it doesn't burn my fingers. That's the one thing I want you to be really careful about. So securing that down. And so now that's glued, and now you can see that I have raffia hair down both sides of my scarecrow face. So now the scarecrow needs some decoration. The first thing I'm going to show you on the finished one would be your flowers. If you want to add some sunflowers, or they have dahlias or some different fall blooms. If you picked some with little gourds or berries, put those in first. We're going to fill in with the colorful leaves, but I would suggest putting in your flowers first. And you can just pull the heads off of the stems, so you don't really have to cut them, but you do want them individual. And it's just a lot easier to work with. And you're going to put some hot glue on the back of those, and you're just going to glue them where you want to see them. So this one I'm going kind of towards the front. Hold that down for a sec and it'll cool. And then I'm going to put another one on. And if the stem is sticking out too far, you want it more of a flat placement on your hat, you can cut that off because there's not a wire under that. It's just plastic now. So that shouldn't be too difficult with a pair of scissors, non-fabric scissors. Don't use fabric scissors to cut paper and plastic. You'll ruin them. So always have a different pair of scissors, one for fabric and one for crafting. If you want to add some greenery, you can do that. So I just pulled the stems of leaves off, and I'm going to add those in too, just for a little bit of green. That always looks nice with the flowers. So it looks like you have the petals and the leaves. Does anybody have any questions? Am I going too quickly? And you can get supplies. Maybe you already have an older wreath you'd like to take it apart. You can use the flowers off of that. That would work too. Always nice to recycle something and make it new. And now I have a pick that has little pumpkins in it. And this one, the pumpkins are on the stem. So I'm going to have to push the leaf up. I'm going to have to take my pair of scissors. I'm going to just score that stem just a little bit. You don't have to cut all the way through. And then if you just bend it, it will break right off. And then you're going to be able to place that in your hat with a little hot glue. So you don't have to cut through the wire with your scissors and ruin the blades. You just have to score it. And then you'll be able to just bend that wire and it'll break right off for you. This pick has some berries on it. Again, just going to just score that, take my finger, bend that down back and forth, and it'll snap right off. And now I can place this one here. Placing that on this side. So you can see how I'm building up the top of the wreath with the picks. And then you can continue to add as many leaves or picks or flowers that you like just by pulling them off your bunches and gluing them in place. Glue this here. I have an old windowsill that is just hanging on a wall. And so I display my scarecrow wreath layered on that windowsill. It's really cute. It's indoors. We aren't spraying these with any fixative or any protectant. So if you have a front door that is exposed to the elements, you may want to just remove it if it's going to be severe weather. I would recommend you hang these where there's some shade or covering, just because we're not fixing this with any spray. I'm afraid maybe some of the weather could ruin the little face or some of the embellishments that you're putting on. So that's just my recommendation. I'm hanging mine indoors. I do have a front door that is on our front porch, and we have a screen door too. So I could hang this on the door, but just some helpful hints because of the pieces that you're adding to it. So here I'm putting on my leaves and filling in, and you can do that. You can go all the way down the sides if you like. You can build this up really high. When you go to hang it, you're just going to hang it right in the concave part of the hat. So it's going to be really easy. Let me show you a close up of some of the leaves. So just placing them wherever you like. Again, here's his little face with his candy corn nose. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add some more leaves down at the chin. And you could add flowers here too, but we're going to layer this with a bow and the words. So you're not going to want too many pieces of gourds or flowers because you won't have a place to put your bow. So a couple of leaves will work just fine, sticking out to the left and right. I'm going to add some leaves down here. Get some more leaves. I love the selection that they have at some of the dollar stores for flowers and decor because it's so inexpensive and you can take it apart and do so much with it. We have great resale shops around here, the Goodwills, the Restore. They always have used decor at great prices, and you can choose to find your supplies there too. And again, I have lots of old wreaths that I'm like, well, I've used this for 3 or 4 or 5 years. I need to freshen it up. And so I take them apart and use them. So hopefully you can see here, I'm putting this, I've got leaves on the left and right. Get some more on here. Just under the chin of the scarecrow. So you'll have something behind the bow. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to build a bow. You can build this bow a few different ways. You can traditionally tie it with 2 loops and turning it in if you wanted to. You can also build a fluffier bow by using segments. So let's say I use this piece and I want my bow to be maybe just this wide. So I'm going to cut 2 of those loops. This is going to be a really quick way to show you how to do a full bow. So here's this strip, and I'm going to use that as my measurement for the next strip. And I'm going to cut 2 strips, and they're the same length. And all I'm going to do is add a really fast stripe of glue, hot glue, right there on the edge. And then I'm going to fold it into itself gently to not burn my fingers. So I have a circle. And I'm going to do that again with the other strip that I made. So these are the same length once they're made into circles. Again, a strip of glue right on the edge, gluing these together, just like that. And then I have 2 circles. So when I pinch them together, they're going to be the same length. And then I'm going to pull the middles together, and then I have a bow like that. So if I want a fuller bow, for this one, I would go wider. So I would make another loop and make a wider one if I wanted another one. This is good for my wreath. So I'm going to take another strip for the tail. So this is quite long. And I'm just going to loop this around, and I'm going to tie these in the middle. This is wire edged ribbon. I would suggest getting wire edged ribbon when you purchase your ribbon from the Dollar Tree, just because you can manipulate those tails so easily. You can crinkle it, and then this one you can crinkle as well. But once you have tied those 2 loops together, in the center is your knot holding them together, and you can fluff it just like that. Makes a really quick and easy, pretty bow. And now I'm going to glue this bow right here in the middle of all those leaves and the chin of the scarecrow. So I'm going to add hot glue to the back, and I'm going to make sure there's a piece of paper underneath this because the holes of the hat, the glue will come out. So here we are, and I'm just placing it right here on the chin of my scarecrow. And you can keep those loops fluffy because the wire edging in the ribbon allows you to help them stick out and fluff up. And then you can manipulate your tails a little bit, but hold that ribbon down in the middle for a few seconds to make sure that it adheres. And then that's what your ribbon looks like glued in the middle with your leaves behind it. And then you'll want to choose one of your words that you purchased. Again, these come in a pack of multiples, 4 or 5. So I'm going to choose, flip it around this way, Hello Autumn. I think that will look really cute in the middle. Right there. It can even go under the bow a little bit. Maybe I'll do that. This is a really wide one too. Okay. This thanks. Blessed is really cute. Maybe I'll do blessed. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. So again, hot glue on the back of the chosen word. And these are unfinished wood. So you could technically paint these or use a paint marker and color them any color that matches your ribbon or your home decor. That would be really cute. You could also seal these with a fixative clear coat, matte, a little gloss, whatever you want. And that embellishes your wreath. And again, you can just put a hook up and hang it. It's so light. This is not heavy at all. And this one I had a flower in the middle, so now I have 2 cute little wreaths. My sample and the one we made today. This would be a fun craft that you could do with family or kids. Just make sure you are really careful with the hot glue, but it dries pretty quickly or cools off pretty quickly. The marker is already dry, so I can touch it and it's not going to smear. And it's such an inexpensive option to make a fall wreath. Again, here are my sample little faces. So you can make any face you want on the front of your scarecrow. And if you didn't want to purchase ribbon, you could use denim. You could recycle old jeans, cut them into strips, and make really cool little denim bows. That would look really cute. Or a denim bow in making a little girl scarecrow and put a little bow in her hair. That would be cute. But very quick and very easy.